Today I'm going to share with you how I manifested over $1,000 in just 3 days and how I used a completely different approach to the law of attraction, one that's reliable and gives you certainty that what you want will manifest. And I'm going to tell you precisely how you can do the same. When I started exploring the law of attraction, I struggled, and money was one of the main things I most desperately and urgently wanted to manifest. Obviously, I survived, but although I never ran out of money, and sometimes seemingly miraculous windfalls did show up, I couldn't predict them or rely on them. In the end, I spent more than 30 years studying and experimenting with the law of attraction. I saw that if it was to work at all, I had to figure out how to approach it in a way that made it reliable. After all, it's supposed to be a law, so how come so many people, yours truly included, can't seem to make it work? To my way of thinking, if I couldn't be as sure of it as I am that I won't float away because gravity will keep me on the ground, then either it's not a law at all or I've misunderstood it. I decided to give the universe the benefit of the doubt. It had to be my misunderstanding, so I kept going. Then a few years ago, I made a breakthrough. At first, I wasn't sure if what I'd found would really work. It seemed too simple, too obvious. Of course, I needed some time to get my head around my new discovery, but it seemed to work not just now and again, but every single time. Without the traditional techniques of visualizing money or trying to raise my vibration, I succeeded in a way that I'd never experienced before. Not only was it working every time, but many times what manifested would be more or better than I'd been asking for. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to apply these principles in your life. By way of example, let me tell you exactly what happened recently when I stumbled upon something I really wanted, but it was out of my available budget at the time. I didn't have the funds, and the offer was expiring in 3 days. Most people would give up, but I took a different route. The first step I took was to ask myself, what if I could create the money? This simple shift in mindset is like knowing the combination to a massive safe, which contains everything you want, and this shift initiates the powerful unlocking process. I realized the idea of manifesting money quickly and effortlessly might sound too good to be true. Many believe that achieving such a financial goal requires hard work or just plain luck. But what I discovered and what I'm about to share with you is a method that goes beyond these traditional beliefs. I explain and teach all the fine details of the entire method in my program, Effortless Abundance, and there's a link in the description below this video if you want to check it out. Understand, by this point, I already knew that the same old tired law of attraction techniques wouldn't work, at least not reliably. For me, that's the foundation stone. It has to be reliable, or it's basically just wishful thinking mixed in with a bit of hope. I expect that there'll be people who will watch this video and claim that they used visualization, positive thinking, vision boards, what have you, and they manifested a ton of money, or they won the lottery. And I don't doubt their stories. What I care about is that I never got the hang of those techniques so that they worked, and neither did anyone else I personally knew, and nor have literally millions of frustrated law of attraction believers. My position became, I believe in the law of attraction. It makes sense. Everything is energy, and energy does change form all the time. But manifesting with our thinking, or blocking manifesting with subconscious beliefs we're not even aware of, is either such a delicate operation that most people can't manage it, or, and this was the rub, there has to be a simpler, better, and again, more reliable way that anyone can use from day one. The next key step, which I'll delve into in this video, is setting a clear intention without attachment to the outcome. This is like planting a seed without constantly checking to see if it's sprouted. You must give it space and time to grow. The problem I had with the letting go, or detaching from the outcome as it's often called, was that, especially with regards to money, it really mattered. If I didn't get a certain amount of money by a particular date, the sky would fall in. Or at least that's what it felt like. So how was I supposed to detach from the outcome? Eventually, I came to see that my desperation was caused by massive doubt. If I wasn't sure that the law of attraction would deliver, or if I couldn't be certain that I'd done sufficient visualizing or positive thinking, or that my vision board didn't raise my vibration enough, I'd feel anxious. And then I'd inadvertently amplify that anxiety by worrying that my anxiety would cancel out the manifestation, meaning that when it came to manifesting the money I so badly needed, I was pretty much doomed. Of course, 99 times out of 100, the money didn't come. But once I found a method that I knew worked every time, there was no doubt. The thought was, and always now will be, I can do this. Which brings up the next issue, wondering how it can be done or how the money will materialize. This is crucial, of course, and trips up many a law of attraction practitioner. I go into this in great depth inside the Effortless Abundance program, which you can find details of by clicking the link in the description. But essentially, you don't have to know how. The universe takes the strain there, and here's where it literally becomes effortless. There is nothing more you need to do. I don't mean you'll never have to lift a finger. It took me about 6 or 7 hours from start to finish to manifest that $1,000 plus in 3 days. I wouldn't call what I did work, because it was all thoroughly enjoyable, really quite exciting, and the time just flew. But I don't want you to run away with the idea that I sat cross-legged in the lotus position and money floated down from the sky. Heck, I can't even cross my legs properly. The problem people have is that the letting go and doing nothing part feels counterintuitive. We're so conditioned to try hard and to do things that the idea of not doing, which I suppose is very Zen, although I didn't intend it that way, feels wrong. We fidget, mentally if not physically. We interfere. It's like a gardener constantly digging up the seeds he's planted to see if they're growing. Nothing is more certain to kill off the infant plants than that. So, guess what happens to your manifestations? Inside Effortless Abundance, I've achieved, I think quite well, the impossible, which is to teach a technique for not having a technique, which is how you let go. As I mentioned before, the link is in the description. But for now, think of a time when you struggled to recall someone's name, or maybe the name of a place you visited on a holiday you enjoyed. The harder you try, the more the name eludes you. Then as you relax, in fact often when you've given up and stopped thinking about it altogether, the name just pops back into your head. There's a huge clue in that natural phenomenon about how the mind works. When we try to make it do something, it stubbornly doesn't do it. And when we allow it to do its own thing, it produces top-of-the-class results every time. If you don't believe me, try as hard as you can to have a good idea. Really, really hard. Frown and think. Anything coming? No, I thought not. In my Effortless Abundance course, I've laid out a detailed roadmap to help you navigate the manifesting process, from setting intentions to recognizing and utilizing your unique skills and assets. The course is designed to guide you through every step of manifesting abundance in your own way. For instance, when I manifested that $1,000 in 3 days, I used my skill in creating video courses and leveraged my very small mailing list. You might think you don't have such resources, but the Effortless Abundance program will help you discover and utilize your unique strengths, whatever they may be. And here's the most exciting part. By the end of the 3 days, not only had I manifested the money for what I wanted, but I also had extra cash in hand. This experience wasn't just about the money. It was about proving that when you align your mindset and actions correctly, incredible things can happen. So what's different about the Effortless Abundance course? It's not just about teaching you the steps. It's about guiding you to find your own path to manifestation, tailored to your personal strengths and life situation. It's a practical, adaptable approach that goes beyond one-size-fits-all solutions. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper and really understand how to manifest not just money, but abundance in all forms, check out the course. The link is in the description below. Remember, the key to manifestation is not just in knowing the steps, but in applying them in a way that resonates with your unique journey. Thank you for watching. Remember, the power to manifest lies within you, and with the right guidance, you can unlock it. I'm excited to be part of your journey to abundance. Until next time, keep exploring the possibilities that await you.